Shootings coming just hours after a grand jury made its decision. No Louisville police officers were charged directly with the shooting death of Breonna Taylor.
She was killed in her own home when 3 officers executed a no-knock warrant. One of the 3 is facing charges for allegedly firing shots into a nearby apartment.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Johnson spoke with a criminal justice and diversity expert to break down this decision. She is joining us from the digital desk with more. Sharon.
Well, Mark and Aaron, one of the officers involved was charged with 3 counts of wanton endangerment for shooting into another home. Prosecutors say the other 2 officers were justified in using force, and that decision sparking protests across the country tonight.
Well, we got no findings at all on the murder of Breonna Taylor. So ultimately, that's still left unresolved.
Breonna Taylor was an EMT sleeping in her apartment when she was killed after Louisville police officers fired rounds into her home on the night of March 13th. They were conducting a no-knock warrant during a drug raid, but they had the wrong apartment. Today, a Kentucky grand jury indicted former detective Brett Hankerson on 3 counts of wanton endangerment for shooting into a home next to Taylor's. No charges were announced against the other 2 officers involved, and no one was charged for Taylor's death.
There's nothing more that's going to happen. There was no indictment for the murder. So as far as the state's concerned, it's over.
Professor Lorenzo Boyd with the University of New Haven says the next step could be intervention from the federal government if they decide there was a civil rights violation.
I don't know that they would, because it already went to a grand jury. So I don't anticipate that they're going to do anything. So I think, unfortunately, this could be the end of the line.
Prosecutors say the other 2 officers involved were justified in shooting, saying they acted in self-defense after Taylor's boyfriend shot at them. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, has told police he didn't know who was coming into the house and he fired in self-defense. Hankerson was fired from the LPD in June, while the other 2 officers remain on the force. Taylor's death is one of several that has sparked national demonstrations against police brutality and systemic racism. Tonight, people continue to protest.
How bad is situations for people to protest against the government, against the police during a pandemic? That tells you how tired people are and how frustrated people are with the way things are going.
And once again, wanton endangerment is what former Detective Hankerson is being charged with. It is a Class D felony in Kentucky, and it means someone engaged in conduct that creates a substantial danger of death or serious physical injury to another person with indifference to human life. Wanton endangerment carries a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. Hankerson's bail is set at $15,000. Live at the digital desk tonight, Sharon Johnson, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right.